Today we managed to get to the bottom end. We got the crank in there, ARP head studs, actually bottom studs, excuse me, and got all the ARP stuff everywhere. Nice and pretty. Anyway, so as you can tell, everything's not torqued down yet. So we just got the preliminary stuff in place and just making sure we've got everything where it needs to be. Went through, blew out all the oil passages, blew out all the passages where the studs were from the machine shop. Make sure we cleaned up any and all debris and anything that was in there. Again, you gotta love the lovely paint that somebody had on my prior too. So once the motor's together and actually sealed up to where crap can't get inside there, we're gonna go through and start actually getting all that off there and then getting a good color paint on there. Most likely we'll have it match up with the red of the Trans Am. And let's see, also we've got all the pistons and everything ready to go, so everything's looking good. Again, we've got everything cylinder 1 through 8 where we know which one's which. Prior to these going in, we've got to go through and actually put all the ring gaps correct in the right spots, and so we should be good to go in there. And other than that, then probably tomorrow sometime I'll start working on this bad boy, which is the Brian Tooley Stage 2 twin turbo setup, which is going on here. And you can see the specs on it, and you can take a look at it if you want. Not really much to look at right now, and it's really going to shine is whenever it's on the dyno itself. But so thus far, like I say, everything we're running right now is just Engine Pro Racing main bearings, and then ARP bolts across the board, Race Tech pistons, and the connecting rod. I think they threw that in a generic box because it's not actually the brand that they came with. And then we also use the Summit piston ring deal, so we can go through and get a couple of them spot on. If you take a look, I think some of the pictures I'll have on there. If not, you can actually see on this one right here. It'll actually show it if I can get it in. Sorry for the angle, but anyways, right about there it shows that 4005, and even though they said they're dead on, as everybody knows, always check them. I had 2 that were just a hair off, so of course we went through and grinded them down, make sure they were where they needed to be, and now we're good to go. And make sure to file off all the edges, etc. So, and then this right here will be the home of this sucker whenever she's ready to go. And of course, it's all UMI tubular K-member, and then we've got UMI upper and lower control arms that'll be going on here. I can jump around, I've got stuff everywhere right now. But we've got to have some more parts coming in from UMI. We need the spacers for the top and the bottom, but this will give us the adjustability that we want. And then we've also got roll cages got to go in, and we have the UMI, the brace for underneath for the transmission to the rear end. And then ultimately, we've got our fuel setup on here, which we're going to be running. It's triple in-tank, triple 420s, Walbro that go in there. We've got all the harnesses, all the relays, everything that goes to them. So they'll be set. And to start off with, we're actually running, it's a Strange S60 rear end, 35 spline axles. It's got 14 gear in it. And of course, all you got to do, we just had to swap over the factory brake lines. For the most part, pretty happy the way everything's coming out looking. We did have to go through and clean a lot of stuff, but actually turned out pretty, looking brand new. So these guys right here go some snorkels. But anyways, so I've got to clean all that up. And then I saw on a video that somebody else had done where they'd actually gone through and had the cutout in here. So we've got the cutouts where we'll be able to access the fuel tank and indoor fuel cell in the future if we decide to upgrade, mini tub, etc. And the inside, as you can see, she is gutted out and ready to go. So we've got a lot ahead of us and parts galore everywhere over here. So Brian Tooley boxes, Summit Racing boxes, you name it. These are the old tail lights that we had off here, and then some heads off of a 5.3 that we're messing with, and then a ton of aeromotive setting fuel system pieces, ton more UMI. We've got the bungs for them, and then Anybody needs some truck intakes and injectors, we got a lot of that crap laying around I need to get rid of. But we've got dash 10 fuel feed lines, and then we've got dash 6 for some of the coolers. We've got dash 8 for some of the other coolers and some of the other systems that go up front. And then we're also using stage 8 and stage 8 for some of the locking for the headers and push lock setups for some other pieces. And we've got a ton of Chevy Performance as well as AC Delco pieces that go for the motor itself. So got a lot of parts, a lot to go, but slowly but surely she's coming along. So all in all, ultimately, you know, we're doing a veteran build, and you know, it's a blast. But I'll give you a sneak peek of what is to come. These are from DS Racing, and this is what's going to one of the two that'll be in the front of the setup that we're running on here. So as you can see, I believe the specs on was a 7268. I have to double check, I apologize. I always slaughter those numbers. Running twins on there and talking to them, and they've got phenomenal customer service. We've been working with them over the course of probably about the last 8 months, and trying to get everything lined up so they know exactly what we're going to be running. And so hopefully it all goes well, but we'll get some more headway on this motor tomorrow and keep you posted. If anybody has any questions, just please, you know, comment below. Nothing negative, I hope. Again, this is a first time I've messed with an LS. I'm used to some of the older, smaller, you know, Honda engines, the D16s, B18s, etc. So this is definitely a step up, but something I wanted to do while I was in Iraq and while I was in Afghanistan, and now I'm finally getting to do it. Definitely, again, with the help of Summit Racing, Brian Tooley Racing, and Fuel Injection Connecting, and a bunch of other places, and Engine Parts and Machine out of Longview, Texas. So appreciate it, and we'll get some more videos tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.